How goes it, guys? It is finally here. It wasn't actually that long of a wait. I ordered it last week sometime. It showed up to Vegas yesterday. Had a few hiccups trying to get a hold of the shipping company and finding a time I could pick it up. But it's the new Yak. So I'm going to do an unboxing and go over some of the stuff and then show off some of the stuff that I've already ordered to rig this thing out. So this will be my new 2024 build till, well, whenever I get permission to buy another one. So, again, as always, Southern Nevada Kayak Anglers, if you guys aren't a part of the group, join the group, and buy your tackle from battleborntackle.com. Some of this stuff will be redundant because I'm going to try to share this on multiple platforms, because I leave town tomorrow. I won't be back until next week, so I don't have a lot of time to edit and re-record. So if it's redundant, you can skip through some of those parts if you see it on other platforms, or you can just enjoy it a second time. So we will start with this box. I ordered this kayak from, I called everybody, okay, because I wanted this specific kayak. I called everybody, and when I say everybody, I called shops from Washington to Oregon to Cali to Michigan to Tennessee, and I finally found one in Florida. I don't remember what town it's from. It's from, I don't know, small town in Florida, and it is Travel Country Outfitters. Just want to give those guys a shout out. Those guys it's probably been the most amazing purchase experience I've ever had, especially with large freight. Those guys are phenomenal. It's a family-owned business, still small town operated. They've been in business for, I think they said 50 plus years, but it's still just a little mom and pop shop. If you look them up online, Travel Country Outfitters, like, their store is like this little cabin. It's crazy. But Brian and Brett, those guys, they walked me through the whole process. They helped me choose the right shipping that would get this thing out here to me safely. For those that want to order a new kayak, keep in mind shipping nowadays is expensive. The shipping alone on this kayak was about half what it cost. But those guys, they walked through me with it, or through it with me, and they stayed in constant contact. I mean, those guys were calling me or texting me every day to let me know the status of how this thing was getting wrapped, when it was getting shipped, when the shipping company showed up. They sent me pictures of it prior to it even getting loaded on a truck. And then their general manager, Mike, another guy I gotta give a shout out to, still took the time after all of this to call me the day before I got here and remind me, to look over my packaging and don't let the shipping company, walk away with a signed paper until I look at it. So those guys just completely on top of it. Everybody I talked to over there, amazing customer service, amazing situation. All right, so here we have the kayak is in this weird stocking. So when they sent this to me, it was in like 3 layers of plastic wrap, 2 layers of foam. I lost track of how much cardboard was on this thing. This thing was dang near bulletproof. Now the shipping company did not follow the rules. If I get a chance, I'll show an actual picture later of how they package this thing. I mean, Travel Country had stickers all over this thing, like hand carry only, no forklifts. Well, people don't listen, so the shipping company, and I won't mention their name just because they did a really good job, but it hit 4 different depots before it got here. So some people don't listen. Some people, I mean, they don't want to carry around a 100-pound kayak. I get it. So there was actual like breaks in the cardboard, but when it got here, the shipping company was cool enough to just sit there and let me disassemble this whole thing in their parking lot and look at it before I signed. So no damage. It was good. Okay. So here's the box. So sometimes they'll send the seat with it. Sometimes it'll get sent separate. The guys told me that they try to make sure that they're going to arrive around the same time. So this is the seat. Half of the seat. Some assembly required. I haven't even pulled this stuff out yet. So we're on this journey together, folks. So, all right, I'm not going to show the entire seat. This is going to be like a sly unboxing. So, it's a seat. Whoa, jeez, my aim's off. There's the seat. People that know their kayaks will already be able to guess what this is just from the color pattern. So, seat, it was all boxed separate. It was all shipped separate in awesome condition. Travel Country also sent, they told me that they like to, you know, give a little family feel to their customers. So they send, you know, some extra stuff, some freebies, I guess, or swag or whatever. So they did send these. I won't actually use these while I'm kayak fishing, but I will use them because those of you that know my full-time job, dude, sometimes I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I have water in a jug for days and it doesn't keep very well. So, and anybody that has a wife, girlfriend, or partner knows that they're addicted to water containers. So these will definitely get used. What else we got here? Ooh, got a new flag for hanging on the back of this thing. Travel Country Outfitters. It's sideways. Let me. Bam. My orientation on this camera is horrible. There you go. Travel Country sent me a little tow flag. Oh, what? Now this is cool. Oh, that's awesome. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Alright. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, they definitely sent some swag. They sent me these tumblers. They're like, I don't know, like rubber? Like a flexible rubber. But damn, those things are cool. Got their logo on it. So they sent me a family pack, it looks like. You know, so I got, you know, blue one, white marble one. This one. It'll be my favorite. It's pink. No, I don't know. These will all get used, I'm sure. And then there's our 50-year anniversary one. That's cool. So, just a few little extra things that came with it. Like I said earlier, it's still a family-owned and operated store. I think they have employees now that are not directly related, but they all behave the same. So, now that that's out of the way, who's ready to unveil the beast? It is a battleship. It is a tank. I spent days trying to pick the one that I wanted. Dude, I watched so much YouTube. It was ridiculous. I watched the entire iCast stream. It was so bad. I mean, my brain was so fried looking at kayaks and trying to decide what I wanted. Dude, it was borderline a headache. But I finally settled on one. Let me get this stuff undone. Get this nice little kayak stocking undone. So this stocking was like the last layer before they added all the other wrapping. I just decided to keep this on when I hauled it home because I figured, why not? It'd be like dropping the curtain. And all right. It's like Christmas. All right, let's see about that now. Don't mind the messy garage you can see in the background, or me trying to maneuver around this place. Most of us, we live in Las Vegas, and builders out here decided that garages are a suggestion. They're not a requirement. So like our garage is like, God, my jail cell was bigger. Anyways, all right, let's get this turned around. If it'll let me do it. And my kayak for this year will be the 2023, but they call it the 24. They call it the 24 because they had the prototypes that released late last year, and then they changed a few things, and then this is the final release. So it is the Bonafide PWR129. And this thing is friggin' gorgeous. There's like 1,000 videos already on YouTube about it. I mean, I'll still go through over some of the stuff for people that don't get to spend all that time on YouTube. You know, I watched a bunch on this one. Chad Hoover, he did a video on it. Gene Jensen with Fluke Master, he also did videos on it. I guess those guys were a big part of how this kayak came to be and the design of it. Yeah, when I saw this thing, like, it was instant. I knew this was the one I wanted, just from the layout to the access to things. So I'll go bow to stern. I'll try to do it efficiently and quickly, so I'm not doing a whole lot of redundancy to all the other videos of it that are out there. So obviously you have the bow. These handles are cool as heck. They're rubber coated on the bottom, super sturdy. This one will obviously be, it'll still be here, but it'll be deleted by the one objective mount. Now, I decided to go with the one objective mount, which I don't have their stuff here. They shipped it already, but, you know, it's pony mail. So, I chose theirs over the Bonafide one because the one objective utilizes these screw holes when you take this off, whereas the Bonafide only uses these ones and the handle. So, like, these will be blank inserts with just screw heads in them. So I just thought the one objective one looked like a full or complete thing. These are your power covers, your bulkheads, your hatches. This was one of the main selling points. The new Titan X has these as well. I forget his last name, but Hans, famous Hans, the kayak designer. This was part of their big thing this year, on a lot of the newer sister companies on their kayaks. The reason this was a selling point for me is because we upgrade these things constantly, and when I packed up and I started putting together my Hobie to sell it, I started realizing, like, just how many holes you put in your kayak, you know? And that was fine because I was the third owner of that thing. And so adding more holes, you know, it was what it was. When you buy something brand new, you know, this hole has a warranty. And as soon as you try to make an upgrade and you punch through this hole, well, there goes your warranty. So these covers are super cool because all your connections, all your, you know, if you use Marine Co. or you use Anderson plugs, you can drill through this cover and you're not compromising the hole, so therefore your warranty stays intact. And they put these things in 5 locations. Like I said, there's going to be some redundancy because everybody's talked about this, but there's one here, there's one above the center. Another cool thing that I like that Bonafide has done, Native has also done it, and there's one other company, I think think the new Canoe did it. Anyways, they added these tracks to the front here, in front of. So let me get where the seat would be. They added these 2 tracks here. So one of the big upgrades that I made to the Hobie was I wanted my bow mounted screens. Those of you that fished with me earlier last season realized I had 2 of them stacked here, and it worked and it was great. But as I got more comfortable and I started standing up more and I was able to fish in different positions, them sitting right here, it didn't work for me, because if I'm fishing off the right side of the kayak, you know, I'm having to turn to look. So I wanted them here, so it was cool on the Hobie. I just mounted some stuff, but now these tracks are already in a position that I could mount a screen here and mount a screen here and still have them in the front of me. Now, that's not what I'm doing. One Objective actually has a mount that I got that it's a bow plate that will cover that, and they'll both mount to that independently. But there's the port here. This is the coolest feature. This was another selling point, other than I can upgrade this thing without drilling into it. This right here. So this groove that goes along my bow lid, this is a catchboard holder. So this will hold my catchboard, so I don't have to use the old thing that I had on there. I want to shove it behind my seat. It'll sit right here, and then the only downfall it's going to be is with the bow mounted screens is when I want to pull it out. So I'll probably have it in there, but if I get on fish and I stay on them, I'll just stow it. But you know, for the most part of the day, I'll just have to like prop my hatch open a little bit to pull it out over my screens. But again, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. This kayak is going to be more than stable. It's 12 foot 9 inches by 35. I think it got narrower. The pod, for anybody that knows Bonafide. I don't even know if anything's in here or what. Like I said, I haven't even opened this thing. So that takes it out. That'll be where the transducer goes. That I'll have to look up because I've never mounted to a dry pod. Nothing in there. Now, One Objective also has a cool kit for these. I didn't get it because, well, I didn't see the use for it, but they sell a fuse board with lights for inside there. I got some other stuff that I'm going to do. The new pedals. You know, you can look at other videos what they went through, and they angled these for us bigger guys. It's another thing that, you know, I looked at the guys that are getting into this kayak. You know, it's Gene Jensen, it's Chad Hoover, it's that. So as a fellow husky bearded guy, I like, come on, we got to follow the trends, right? Birds of a feather. But they angled these pedals so that bigger guys that are, you know, when you're pushing forward in front of you, you're not pushing straight vertical. There's just no way. So go back, seat locks, under storage. So this one, there's another one of those power ports here, to the left of the seat. There's gonna be some cool stuff that goes on here. I don't want to say all the accessories because I'm gonna also do individual videos for my YouTube and stuff where I will actually go through and add the parts on and do kind of like a tutorial video on how I did it or how I'm going to do it. Maybe help some people out there that don't have access to a full shop that can do the kit for them. There's another one under the seat here. There was a bunch of reviews that this one's kind of useless, but it's only if the seat is in the down position, which most of us sight fish anyway, so we're not going to be in the down position. And if I ever did for storage or towing, I would just take the plug out and whatever. The other cool thing that I got that I'm excited about for World 1 objective is right here where this track is. They've got a that boat board that they make all their products out of. There's actually it's just a flat board. It just looks like a cutting board, but it's shaped to fit this. That I can mount my live scope wand to, so that I'm not, because I don't trust track mounts for live scope mounts. They just wobble a little too much for me. I like it having it solid. So that's going to go there. And then it'll have space where I can add, you know, more tracks to it. And then I'll have one for the other side that's going to be much bigger, where I can put tracks on, and it's already got cutouts for tools, because I use my right side mostly anyways, when it comes to tools and my measuring and my phone and my lanyard and stuff. And I started doing, for my CPR, I started doing where I will actually lip grip the fish. And those that have and had lost fish, if you take the handle, actually, you know what, while I'm here, because we've all got time, right? Let me see. Oh, this is also a whole bunch of stuff that has to go on this. Got the switch, board, got a bunch of stuff. But anyways, what I was looking for, if I can find it, kind of sidetracked last night and dumped a bunch of stuff. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, for those of you that have seen the CPR method of using your lip grippers to hold your fish so that you can get your phone ready, get your catch board ready, things like that, because we always try to teach, you know, we want to revive those fish. If we're not going to take them home and eat them, and then especially during tournaments, you know, it's catch and release anyways. But if you don't have one on your lip gripper, like a strap, add one. And I've never lost, even up to 20 plus inch fish, I've never lost one. And what I'll do is, and I'll just do it real quick, is I'll wrap this around it like so, okay? And then now when that fish is fighting underwater, it can't get this to open. Like I'm pulling on it, you know, and they can't get it to open. And then your lanyard sticks there, and I just can set them in the water, get everything ready, bring them up, and then do it. So definitely still a method I'm going to keep using in the future. Because it allows me to do all those things that we like to do. We like to take our GoPro videos, we like to obviously get scored for our fish, but we also, you know, some of us are sharing content, some of us are sharing things with our friends and whatnot. So we'll move back. This tank well, this back well is ginormous. It's way bigger in person than it was on any of the videos that I've seen. Like they said, oh, you can fit 2 16 by 16 black packs in here. Like, this thing's crazy. So obviously I'll probably still do what most of us have done with the bow mounted XI3s. I'll have my battery box up here. Still going to use a lot of the stuff that came off the Hobie, so like the Newport's battery box, just because I prefer it. But I did get a thing from One Objective. It's a battery holder that goes here in the track, and we'll actually just push up against it, and then it takes a regular strap that'll go through this part, underneath the battery, through the board, and then over the top. God forbid I flip this thing ever. I want to keep the expensive stuff on it. I did order a new black pack. It'll be here eventually. So I got the 13 by 16, just because you can't get the 16 by 16 in the sand color, desert sand. and I just wanted that. So I'll use that, and then I'll keep my, wherever it is, my old one. I've got the original black pack, the 13 by 16, I think it is, or yeah, whatever size it's the original one. So I'll keep that as well for back here. I also got some of the stackable track packs that they've been advertising. We'll see how those work out. This is one of the things that's different from the prototype versus this final release. Prototype showed flush mounted rod holders here. When I called Travel Country, I asked because there were so many different videos on different months when this came out. You know, they came with it, then they didn't come with it, then they came with them but not already drilled into. They would just send you the flush mounted rod holder, and then it was up to you to put it in. Now they don't even come with them at all. You can add them, but again, I'm not looking to drill into this hole unless absolutely necessary. So these will just stay blank. I know a couple guys, you know, have put one in one side, and then like Gene Jensen, he put his Marinco plug over here for his battery. I don't think I need to, because like I said, I don't care about that seat position. So I'll just use that. There's also a back one here. This can do your power poles. I don't see the reason to get a power pole anytime soon. I don't do good in shallow water fishing anyways. I just don't have the cadence for it. So I would have no need for this, but I do have some options that I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to leave some space in case I do want to upgrade later to where I want to put a stern motor on it. But cool thing, they've gone over in a couple of videos, but they don't really touch too much base on it. This is the new rudder system for the steering. So they've made this to where if you do use stern mounted motor, you can just undo the cables that you need from here, run them back to your motor. You don't have to run new lines. You don't have to do anything crazy. So actually, let's get that off, because this thing's advertised with 5 power ports and like 50 inserts, which I don't think it's actually 50 inserts. It's quite a lot though. But I mean, it's got inserts everywhere. Everywhere you see a screw head is an insert. So power pole, or what I'll probably end up doing here is One Objective does sell a piece that fits either side of this. I'll probably get one here just so I can screw into it without, without going into the hole. And I'm gonna probably put a new light here with a flag. I used to have it mounted right behind my seat, but you know, it's just in the way, especially when I'm switching out rods and stuff. It was always in the way. So now that I have the space to do other stuff, I'm going to utilize it. So I'll probably start with the one I have, which is the Rail Blaza, and I'll put it in the track like they're meant for. I'll leave it there for now, and then eventually I'll mount back here, because I can do a plugged in one, so I can have constant power. What else? I mean, the rudder system. Oh, these handles are cool though. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but the hardest part with kayaks has always been like, how do you carry these damn things? Every single one of them has like a bow handle. The rear handles always seem to suck. It's either like molded in like cliffhanger grips on the back, or it's, you know, you got Old Towns and Perceptions and everybody else. They're like, here's one handle, you go ahead and figure out the other side. Or, you know, the rudder on the Old Town does operate as a secondary handle, but nobody wants to start hanging a 100-pound kayak off by the rudder. So these ones are super cool. This will also work that if I had a stern mounted motor, it doesn't get in the way. And they're rubber coated on the bottom for when this thing's fully loaded. But right now it's, I mean, one-handed, I can lift the back. So it's pretty awesome. The new integrated rudder. I mean, I don't think we have any Bonafide guys in the group. Before, some of you guys may have before I joined with y'all, but they were notorious for, you know, you could buy the rudder upgrade and install it, but now this one just has one. It's got some of the decking on it already. Super cool. I haven't had it out on the water yet. Like I said, this is my unboxing. So I'll have to see how she goes. I did hear from other reviews on YouTube that there is some pooling of water here sometimes. But if you're a big guy like me, there's always pooling on the front of your deck as soon as you stand up. That's what happens when you get to 250 pounds. Your kayak takes on water. So I'm not worried about it, not concerned. Side handles, and then it does have the rod tip protectors, and those go just back across the side. And then the Bullwinkle that mounts here, and that will hold, I think it's 4 rods. It could be up to 6 rods. I mean, there's 3 spaces on each side. They advertise as 4, but there's 6 spaces. But there's only 4 on there on the under seat storage. But that's so you can stage 4 rods and have them ready to go on your deck. For those of you that, you know, you'll cast out a crankbait and then you'll follow up with a drop shot to get that reaction right afterwards. You would have your drop shot stowed. It's across your bow, so it's not slipping off the side. I had an unfortunate incident last year where my XI3 rotated on anchor lock and snapped a brand new rod that I had laying across here because I had it laid however I could. That Bullwinkle will actually keep that from happening. So, yeah, just another feature. Go ahead and open up the hatch, see. So I'm sure I got paperwork and stuff. I gotta get this thing registered. Well, I'm gonna get it registered when I get back into town. Well, the bow storage is huge too. I mean, I'm up to my elbow, and I still can't touch the front. And then, oh crap. And then that goes all the way back there. So the only other thing I didn't get for this that I had for the Hobie was the plates that you guys have seen probably that One Objective and stuff sells for the different brands to mount your live scope computer and fuse panels and stuff. I didn't get those, and the only reason I didn't get them is I loved it on the Hobie because it kept all my stuff off the bottom of the kayak. So if I did take on water, nothing was submerged. Reason I didn't get it on this one is for the Hobie it was fine to screw into the hull because the warranty had been done and gone for a century. And this one, there's no way to mount those without drilling into the hull. Now they are only like M5 screws, so they're super small, but a hole's a hole, and I don't want to try to fight a warranty issue if for some reason something happens to this thing, because it is quite the investment. But this thing's a beast. Like, this thing's crazy. The hull design was another selling point for me. It's gonna be hard to show you guys. I'll get more in depth, but it's still a displacement hull, but it's like built in a W. You can't really tell it. So they're saying that that's gonna help it plane better. Like, it'll still displace and it'll still track when you paddle, but it's supposed to plane better with motors, because if you hear Bonafide's motto for this, you know, it's called the PWR because it's meant to be powered. But all the guys have said, you know, it still tracks really good with a paddle. So, yep. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll go over some of the stuff. So, this is half of this stuff is from the Hobie, the live scope mount, because these things are friggin' $300 now. My badass RAM mount for my camera. Thank you, June. Like I said, I got the desert sand accessories. I got the cup holder because if you'll notice, this is probably the first kayak in ever that does not have a cup holder somewhere in it, on it, or around it. It was like, they're like, hey, you're taking a hydro flask, you're a tournament fisherman, you don't need a cup holder. But my monsters need a cup holder, so there we go. I also got the track packs, the 13x16 black box in this color, and 2 extra rod holders for it, because, you know, if I carry less than 6, then I feel like I don't have enough options, you know. It's not about catching fish, guys. It's about how cool you look on the water trying to. So yeah, original motor guide. I didn't feel like buying a new one because that one still works perfectly. And when I bought the Hobie, that one had just gotten refurbished with new brushes and bushings and stuff. So, you know, why not? That's it. So, like I said, I'll be making more videos on as I do this build. I probably won't get a chance to touch this thing until next week. Like I said, I head out tomorrow and I'm gone up in the mountains. So, ta-da! Cool. All right, guys. Later.